You ever met someone who walks into a room and everybody's heads turn just to look at them? They haven't said a word, but you can feel their confidence that they belong in the room, and you can see everybody in the room waiting to hear from them. Well, I had a client, her name is Radhika. She had the exact opposite problem. She was amazing at coding, she was an IT employee. All her teammates used to come to her for any coding problem, and she used to crack it in minutes. But when it comes to boardroom meetings or leadership meetings, she used to always shrink and she used to feel like she was absolutely invisible in the meetings. Though she was so competent at her work, she somehow was not able to project that confidence out to the leadership. If you have ever felt that way, competent inside but invisible outside, this video is for you. I'm going to share with you 5 powerful science-backed ways to look confident without saying a single word. By the end, you'll know how to walk into a room and make people notice you in the best way possible. Hi, I'm Pratima. Welcome to my channel. I also share simple confidence building tips through email. You can join the list by clicking the link in the description. So let's get into the video. Number 1, dress for how you want to feel, not just the way you want to look. What do I mean by that? Have you noticed how wearing your favorite dress changes your whole mood? On that day, you feel very, very confident, don't you? Well, this is not something just happening in your head. This is a psychological phenomenon called enclothed cognition. There was a study done to see the effect of clothes on humans. In the study, people wore the same white coat, but one half of them were told it was a doctor's coat and the other half were told that it's a painter's coat. And both the groups were given certain tasks. Guess which group did well in the task that needed a lot of attention? Well, you guessed it right. The group that were told it was a doctor's coat. Same coat, but different mindsets. It tells us that what we wear not only changes how others see us, but also changes how we see ourselves. My client Radhika, she tried this. Her office does not have a strict dress code, so she usually wore normal t-shirts and oversized jeans to her work. That made her very comfortable, but they made her look like a student and not the senior developer that she was. For 1 week, she shifted to well-fitted trousers and crisp shirts. She told me that by the end of the week, she could feel the difference in how she was showing up in the meetings. She felt she was much more confident. So if you want to feel more in control before a big meeting or a presentation, choose clothes that make you feel sharp and capable. So in all my videos, I can simply show up in a round neck t-shirt, but I always wear a collared formal shirt because I want to look presentable and I want to be taken seriously. And that is something you can do in your day-to-day life too. Number 2, your body speaks before you do, so make sure that it is speaking the right thing. When we think about communication, we all usually think about the words that we are speaking and the language that we are speaking in. But here's the thing, long before we speak, you're already communicating through your body. The way you walk into the room, the way you sit, the way you look at everybody in the room in the first few seconds sends a message. If you just rush into the room, slouch into the chair and keep your head down and look at things here without giving eye contact to everybody in the room, it shows nervousness and it also shows that you're not very confident in that moment. So anytime before entering a room or even when you are entering your office before the elevator opens, give yourself 2 minutes of time, compose yourself and tell yourself that you are going to present the best confident self in front of everybody. And how do we do this? We are going to walk slowly, slow down your pace just a little bit and take longer strides. Keep your shoulders tall, your chin up, look at people while you're walking and just give a small smile. You don't see confident people hurrying or walking very fast. They always walk with purpose a little slower. So try that. Next up, in the same realm of body language, small movements can make a big difference. Small movements like tapping your legs or tapping your hands or picking up a pen and playing with it or fidgeting with something all the time will take away the attention from your words onto that object. Confident people move with purpose and stay still when they're listening. Practice holding a steady, relaxed posture. It makes you look composed and in control. Number 4, when people feel seen, they feel you're confident. What do I mean by that? Eye contact builds trust faster than anything you can say. Imagine I'm looking somewhere else and speaking to you like this. Do you feel like looking at me? You felt completely disconnected from me, right? That is the power of eye contact. Too little can make you look unsure. Too much can also feel like a stare off. Here's a good balance. When you're speaking, about 70% eye contact is good. What do I mean by that? You can look at a person, and when you're talking, when you're thinking about something, that's okay to look somewhere else, think, and bring your eye contact back to them. And when you're listening, about 80 to 85% of eye contact is good. In groups, start with a key person and naturally shift your gaze to everybody else in the room so that everybody feels included. Next up is something very simple, so powerful, but 95% of the people don't do it. Pause before you speak. Confident people don't rush to answer. When you jump in the second someone finished talking, it can feel like you're reacting and not thinking. And that's when filler words also creep in, like, yeah, you know what I was thinking. That makes you sound less sure of yourself. Instead, take a breath. Give 1 or 2 seconds gap before you answer something. It doesn't feel long for people listening to you, but makes you look calm and in control and intentional. And here's a bonus. Speaking a little slower after that pause makes your words land with more weight. People have time to process what you're saying and they take it more seriously. Thank you for watching. Hope these tips were helpful for you. We'll meet you again next week with another video.